YouTube. Today is Thursday, March 4th, 2021. We got a 9-game NBA slate today. This is the last day of games before the All-Star weekend. I'm going to have a video on the All-Star weekend coming out either later tonight or tomorrow in the morning. I was just waiting for them to draft the teams. It's Team LeBron versus Team Kevin Durant. And they're going to be doing the draft today. So after that's done, I'm going to be making a video on the three-point contest, the skills challenge, dunk contest, and the All-Star game. It's all going to be one video. And I'll either drop that tonight or tomorrow morning, so be on the lookout for that. But let's just get right into it, man. This first game of the day, we have the Toronto Raptors +8 versus the Boston Celtics. And this total is 217. For the Raptors today, Malachi Flynn, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Patrick McCaw, and Pascal Siakam are all out today. For the Celtics, Marcus Smart, Taco Fall, and Romeo Langford are all going to be out today. Head-to-head this season, Boston is 2-0 against the Raptors. On January 4th, the Celtics were able to get the win on the road versus the Raptors, 126-114. They won that game by 12. For the Celtics in that first game, Jason Tatum, led the way with 40 points, going 5 for 8 from the three-point line in that one. And for the Raptors, Fred VanVleet led the team with 35. But the Celtics were still able to get that win on the road. And then they met again on February 11th, and the Celtics won that game at home. So they were able to win on the road and win at home. They're 2-0 in this series. They won the second game 120-106. Winning that one by 14, they beat this team by double digits both times, by 12 and 14. The Raptors in that game were led by Kyle Lowry with 24, and Pascal Siakam had 23. For the Celtics, Semi Ojeleye led the team with 24 points that game, and Kemba Walker added 21. Peyton Pritchard added 20 himself. The Celtics are on a 3-game win streak right now. The Raptors are on a back-to-back. They played last night and they lost to Detroit Pistons 129-105. They just got down early in that game and could never really catch up. The Raptors are missing 5 players due to COVID. 3 of those players are starters. I think the Celtics are the healthier team right now, and they already dominate the Raptors in this series. They're up 2-0. My pick here is going to be the Boston Celtics -8 on the road versus the Raptors in the over 217. I'm comfortable with that -8. They won the first game by 12, the second game by 14, with a fully healthy Raptor squad. So I just think here, fully healthy Boston, Raptors missing too many players. I think Boston gets this done -8 easily. And then on the road versus the Raptors don't play in Toronto this season. They play in Tampa Bay, somewhere in Florida. So even their home games aren't home games technically. So, I think all the edge here goes to Boston against a hurt Raptors team. The second game of the day, we have the Los Angeles Clippers -6 versus Washington Wizards. On the Clippers side of the ball, Marcus Morris, Patrick Patterson, and Jay Scrubb are all out. Kawhi Leonard is questionable today. They might look to sit him because it's the last game before the All-Star break. That way he could get an extended rest and come back from the All-Star break more refreshed. If they choose to do that, then I don't really have any lean on this game particularly. I need to know if Kawhi's going to play or not because Washington is pretty healthy on the other side. For the Wizards, Ish Smith and Thomas Bryant are still out. They've been out for a while, so that's not really a big thing. Sorry, guys, my allergies. Shit, got my nose itching. Head-to-head this season, the LA Clippers are 1-0 versus the Wizards. On February 23rd, the Clippers were able to get the win at home versus the Wizards, 135-116. Beating them by 19 points. For the Wizards, Bradley Beal had 28 points and 10 assists. Russell Westbrook had 20 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. He almost got himself a triple-double. And then for the Clippers, Paul George had 30, Kawhi had 31. And then 5 out of 7 of the bench players for the Clippers in that game were able to score 10 or more. So it's really an all-around effort to beat the Wizards that first game out. Both of these teams are on a 2-game losing streak right now. Like I said, we're going to have to look closer to game time to see if Kawhi's actually playing today. Um, but if Kawhi does play, I'll be taking the Clippers -6 on the road versus the Wizards. But like I said, you're gonna wait on this game. You're gonna want to wait like an hour before the game just to make sure who's playing, who's not, before you end up putting your money on either side of this game. Oh, shit. Woo! Bless me. I'm telling you, man, my allergies. I just went out this morning and went to the store and shit. Did some laundry, and I don't know what it is about outside right now, but ever since I came back inside, my nose been itching, my eyes watering and shit. Whew. I gotta take a Claritin or something, whatever that shit called, Benadryl. All right, let's get to this third game of the day, man, before my allergies start acting up even more. We got the Detroit Pistons +5 versus the New York Knicks. For the Pistons, they're missing a bunch of players today. Josh Jackson, out. Frank Jackson, out. DeLon Wright, Blake Griffin, Jahlil Okafor, and Killian Hayes, all out. And then you got Jeremy Grant, their star player, doubtful to play today. So the Pistons are they're missing everybody, man. And then on the other side of the ball, you got Taj Gibson, Elfrid Payton, Mitchell Robinson, all out for the Knicks. Derrick Rose, questionable. There's a lot of injuries in this game that make this game not too appealing, man. Head-to-head this season, the Knicks are 1-0 versus the Pistons. On February 28th, the Knicks were able to get a win on the road over the Pistons, 109-90, winning that game by 19. Julius Randle led the Knicks with 25. And Detroit, for the Pistons, Jeremy Grant led the team with 28 points. He's not going to be playing today. Detroit's missing too many players for me. In this one, it would be Knicks or nothing. I might take this bet later. I got to look more into it just to see what the rotations are like, who's actually going to be on the floor, and what that's going to look like. I'm going to wait until a little closer to game time until we see if Derrick Rose is playing and who's actually going to be in this one. But my lean here is going to be to the New York Knicks -5 at home versus Detroit Pistons. This fourth game of the day, we have Denver Nuggets -4 versus the Indiana Pacers, and this total is at 226. For the Nuggets, we have Campazzo, R.J. Hampton, JaMychal Green, Gary Harris, and Paul Millsap all out today. And then on the Pacers side of the ball, they're fairly healthy. It's just Karis LeVert and T.J. Warren out. They haven't played for a long time anyway, so that's not really messing with the chemistry for this team. This will be the first meeting between these teams. The Nuggets are on a 3-game win streak right now. The Pacers are on a back-to-back, winning their game last night, 114-111 over the Cavaliers. The Nuggets would be the more well-rested team here. I'm not too interested in betting this game today, honestly, but my lean here would be to the Denver Nuggets -4 on the road versus the Pacers. The Pacers could barely beat the Cavaliers last night, and this Nuggets team is a lot better than the Cavaliers. That's a fact. The fifth game of the day, we got Milwaukee Bucks -6 versus Memphis Grizzlies. And this totals at 235. For the Bucks, Jalen Adams is out. He's the only one listed on the injury report. For the Grizzlies, Kyle Slomo Anderson, he's out today. Grayson Allen, Jared Jackson Jr., and Jonte Porter, all out. This will be the first time these two teams face off this season. The Bucks or the Grizzlies, neither team is really looking too impressive lately, but there's no doubt about it, the Bucks are the better team in this game. My pick here is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks -6 on the road versus the Memphis Grizzlies, and I'll take it in the under 235. Yeah, Bucks -6 and the under 235 in that one. Sixth game of the day, we got Miami Heat +3.5 versus the New Orleans Pelicans. In this one, for the Miami Heat, Avery Bradley and Myers Leonard will continue to be out. These next two are big ones. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are both questionable today. So we're going to definitely have to go see, like an hour before the game, what's going on with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo before we make a pick here, just to see what's actually going on. For the Pelicans, there's no injuries listed on today's report at all, so they're fully healthy. Head-to-head this season, the Miami Heat are 1-0 versus the Pelicans. On Christmas Day, the Miami Heat were able to get a win at home, 111-98. In that game, Zion led the Pelicans with 32 points, 14 rebounds. Ingram added 28 himself. And for Miami, 6 players were in double digits, but all the scorers were led by Duncan Robinson with 23 points. The Pelicans are the better team at this point in the season, but I haven't had much luck with either one of these teams betting-wise. So I'm going to stay away from this game today. This is just an ugly-ass game to me. But my lean here would be to the Pelicans minus 3.5 at home today. Most definitely. The 7th game of the day is definitely an ugly one. We got the Oklahoma City Thunder +6 versus the San Antonio Spurs. For the Thunder, Darius Miller, Hamidou Diallo, George Hill, and Trevor Ariza all out today. And then for the Spurs, Devin Vassell, Rudy Gay, Derek White are all out. LaMarcus Aldridge questionable. Head-to-head this season, the series is tied 1-1. On January 12th, the Spurs came into OKC and got the win by 10 points, 112-102. In that game, Lonnie Walker led the Spurs with 24, while Shai Gilgeous led the Thunder with 20 points, and all the starters for the Thunder hit double digits. February 24th marked their second meeting where the Thunder got the win at home by 3 points. DeJounte Murray led the Spurs in that game with 27, and for the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous had a game in that second one, man. He ended with 42 points on 6 of 11 shooting from the 3. And then Luguentz Dort hits the game winner as the time expires to push them to a 102-99 win over the Spurs. In the last 10 games, the Spurs are 7-3. The Thunder are 4-6. Like I said, this is an ugly one to me. There's 9 games today. I could find better value elsewhere. You don't have to just take a game because it's on there. You know, for me, I'm going to leave this one alone because I don't want it to ruin any little parlays or any shit like that I got going on. But my lean is going to be with the San Antonio Spurs -6 at home versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. This 8th game of the day, we got Sacramento Kings +5 versus the Portland Trailblazers. This total is 238. On the Kings side of the ball, we got Halliburton, Jabari Parker, and Hassan Whiteside all out. For the Blazers, we got Giles, McCollum, Nurkic, and Collins all out today. Head-to-head this season, the Blazers are 2-0 versus the Kings. On January 9th, the Blazers came into Sacramento and blew the Kings out by 26 points, winning that one 125-99. CJ McCollum led the way for the Blazers with 37 points, and he got 6 3-pointers in that one. And then for the Kings, Marvin Bagley led with 15 points, and nobody else on the Kings had more than 12 points in that game. And the team couldn't break 100. On January 13th, the Blazers were able to come into Sacramento once again and get the win 132-126, this time only winning by 6. But they did come into Sacramento and beat up on Sacramento twice this season. Damian Lillard played 42 minutes in that second game, had a team-high 40 points. And then for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox had 29 points and Buddy Hield had 26. Portland is 6-4 in the last 10 games. Sacramento's 2-8 in the last 10 games. I just got to go with my more confident pick here. My pick here is going to be the Portland Trailblazers -5. And then I'm going to take this game in the over 238. Portland shoots a lot of threes. The Kings don't play much defense. So I take that one. Trailblazers -5 over the Kings, and then take it over to 238. All right, man, this last game of the day, we got the Golden State Warriors +6 versus the Phoenix Suns, and this total is 223. For the Warriors, Kelly Oubre, Marquise Chris, Smilejic, and Klay Thompson all out. For the Suns, they have no listed injuries today on today's report. Head-to-head this season, these teams already met once. The Suns are 1-0 versus the Warriors. On January 28th, the Suns were able to get the win at home, 114-93 over the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry led that game with 27 points. And for the Suns in that game, 7 players got into double digits to get them past the Warriors, even without Devin Booker in that game, which is kind of scary, man. You didn't have Devin Booker in that game. Every bench player you had got into double digits and you still won that game against a Warriors team with Steph Curry. I get it. The Warriors are injured too. But if we had a chance to beat this team, it was without Devin Booker. Now he's back. Chris Paul's back. They're fully healthy. I'm sorry, Warriors. I'm a Warrior fan for life, but I'm taking tonight. I'm taking the Phoenix Suns -6 at home to beat the Golden State Warriors. And then I take that in the over 223 easily. That's my most confident bet for this game is the over 223. But I am going to be taking Phoenix Suns -6 at home today versus the Warriors. All right, that's going to be it for me, man. Let me just give you guys real quick my quick best bets. And then I'm going to be out of here, man. I got to go check out that draft and see what's going on with the All-Star game. I got to start preparing for that video. My best bets today are going to be Boston Celtics -8 versus the Toronto Raptors. Milwaukee Bucks -6 versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Portland Trailblazers -5 versus Sacramento Kings. And Phoenix Suns -6 versus the Golden State Warriors. And that's going to do it for me today, man. I'm super excited for this All-Star weekend. You know, we've been doing very, very, very well since we started making YouTube videos about 2 weeks ago. Like 16 days in a row now that I've been putting out these videos. The channel's been doing really well as far as likes, watch time, comments, subs, you know what I mean? All I can ask is if you're not subbed already, just go ahead and sign in or go hit that sub button. Drop a like, a comment. It only takes 2 seconds. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day, everybody. Good luck. I hope you guys win some money. And they got all type of bets for the 3-point contest, dunk contest, skills challenge, and All-Star game. So just because today is the last game of NBA day, the last day of NBA games before the All-Star break, that doesn't mean like the next 3 or 4 days we don't have any action in the NBA as far as bets. We're going to have a whole lot of action. There's going to be a lot of prop bets. Does this player score over this? Does he score under this? Who wins the skills challenge? Who wins the 3-point contest? Who wins the dunk contest? And I will have all that information, taking notes on every single thing. That way, you know, the casual bettor could come on here, see what I'm talking about, and make their own educated decision without necessarily having to spend all the hours that I'm spending studying this shit. You know, so that video, be on the lookout. The video for the All-Star weekend is going to be out either tonight or first thing in the morning. Most likely first thing in the morning. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the support, man. And as long as y'all fucking with me, I'm going to keep doing it, man. This is Suze with FullCourtPress, and I'm out, man. Thank you, guys.